Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvigham Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste, friends. A warm welcome from Team Paramvedanta to session 8 of our Mananam series. In our ongoing journey through the Kathopanishad, Lord Yama continues to unfold the profound wisdom of Atma Vidya, the highest knowledge of the self. In earlier sessions, we discovered that Atma, the self, is eternal, unborn, indestructible, and untouched by karma. It is ever pure and remains unaffected by the actions and experiences of the body and mind. In our previous session, Dr. Hegde sir took us through the verses 19 to 22 of chapter 1, valli 2. These verses revealed that the self is a non-doer and non-enjoyer, motionless and ever free. It is the silent witness of all experiences, and to realize this, one needs a quiet, desire-free and contemplative mind, which ultimately leads to liberation. Today, Sir will guide us through the final verses, that is 23 to 25, of chapter 1, valli 2, which highlights why the self cannot be grasped through mere intellectual effort and the essential sadhanas and inner qualities needed for the self to reveal itself. Following this, we will have a teaching quiz led by Dr. Anupama ma'am to reinforce our learning and offer clarity through reflection. So now, without further delay, I invite Dr. Hegde sir to lead us into today's session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mamta. Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Pariyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvataya Mrityave Brahma Vidyacharya Nachiketa Secha. We are continuing our Mananam series. Only recently we had studied Kathopanishad. We are studying Kathopanishad once again with the intention now let us focus on Mananam. That means each of these mantras should reveal their meaning and it should be Drida Nischaya, a matter of conviction. Also, in our last class we heard about mantras for resonance. In this second valli particularly, we have some of the greatest mantras of all time. And therefore, some of these mantras, if you keep chanting them, they can resonate and reveal deeper secrets for us. And that is why some of these mantras are useful for what I call mantras for resonance. Let me recap two important mantras that we studied in the last class. One mantra is like this: Anor Aniyan Mahato Mahiyan. Now Yamadharmaraja is giving a description to Nachiketa about our true nature. And he says, this Atma Tattva I'm going to tell you is smaller than the smallest and bigger than the biggest. And this says, Atmasya Jantur Nihito Guhayam. Now this entity that I'm talking is residing in the cave of the heart of all the Jantus. It is the same one in everybody. It is something common. Now he's telling us how to get to know about this. See, whenever something is smaller than the smaller, then bigger than the biggest, it means it is not something that the mind can think about. The mind can only think about the object. So he says, now don't think about any object, come to the subject. What kind of a mind you should have? Tam akratuhu, that which has no desire. If you have desire, I want this, you are not going to see the Atma. Pashyanti Vita Shokaha. Such a person goes beyond all forms of sorrow. That means once you discover that Atma Tattva within yourself, Dhatu Prasadat, it is available because of my sense organs, which are prasada. That means they are very quiet. And then you be able to recognize its true greatness. Now, in this mantra, we studied last time that it is like my sarvam idam protam sutre manigana eva. Now, I want you to look at the room around when you are listening to me. What is that which is everywhere, which is pervading everything? And what pervades everything is that which exists. Existence is there everywhere. Existence is there within me also. You remember that Kabir Doha, Leher Dunde Leher ko Kapda Dunde Sut, Jiva Dunde Brahma ko Tino Ut ke Ut. If the wave is searching for the water and if the cloth is searching for the thread, it is just like that. Jiva, all of us are looking for Brahman, which is the essential nature of ourselves. And if I'm not able to discover it, I'm the greatest of all fools. If I am able to discover that in me, which is there in everything and everyone, I have discovered the Sri Krishna principle. My sarvam idam protam sutre manigana eva. I have discovered what? Isha vasyam idam sarvam. That entity in me, or that entity which is the real me, which is everywhere. I see differences. I see people around me, but they are all nothing but me, myself. When I see no distinction, then I have no Veda, I have no sense of competition with anybody. I see differences, but I don't differentiate. This is what is called the Sarvatma Bhava. And that is why this Anor Aniyan mantra is considered one of the greatest mantras of all time. Let it be one of our favorite mantras. Then there is another mantra which goes like this. Asinam duram vrajati. Asinam means seated. You are seated there, but your mind can travel anywhere, no? So there is something in me which is stationary in one position, but there is something that can travel to all corners of the world. But there is another part of this mantra very difficult to understand. Shayano yati sarvataha. Lying down, actually it means when I'm fast asleep, I am everywhere. And Yamadharmaraja says, Mad anya jnatum arhati, other than me, who can understand this paradoxical nature, Nachiketa, of my real self? You are asking me, what is that? Anyatra dharma, anyatra adharma. So there is something in all of us which is here, but which is also everywhere, which is kastam mada amadam, which is beyond joy and sorrow. Now, to understand this, we went into what is called Samanya Jnanam and Vishesha Jnanam. Now, I look at the wall in front of me, that wall comes into my mind. Now, my whole attention has been limited by the wall and the objects that I see. And throughout my waking days, all my Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, and all my mental activities hijack my consciousness, and my consciousness seems limited, and that is what is called Samanya Jnanam. When I am silent, when my attention is not on any specific object, I become aware of the substratum of all objects, that awareness principle, which is always there. And because of the noise of my mind and because of the activity of the sense organs, the Vishesha Jnanam, which is the silence in which my voice is heard, becomes evident. That means all the time become aware of two things. There is a Vishesha Jnanam whenever I want to think and I want to speak. But can I become aware of that background Samanya Jnanam? And Yamadharma Raja says, and Adi Shankara explains, now if you have that subtle mind, you will be able to understand this mantra, and that is exactly what Yamadharma Raja is saying. Yamadharma Raja is saying, if you have this subtle understanding, Mad Anya, like me, you too will understand that there is something in me which is here, but my upadi, my mind can travel. The mind is my Vishesha Jnanam, but there is a Samanya Jnanam which is not only here, which is everywhere. And that Samanya Jnanam is my real me. So these are the paradoxes, and these are the greatest of mantras of all time. Then, oh, there is one more mantra, and I have highlighted that word Matva. Ashariram sharireshu anavasteshu avastitaha. That means Matva. Matva means you have to discover this for yourself. It is not somebody else's teaching, but it is something aparokshataya. That means you should be able to discover yourself. What is that which is the embodied within the body? What is that which is permanent in the impermanent? So much has changed in all of us, but there is something that has never changed. What is that the embodied in my body? What is that which is permanent in the impermanent? My body mind is impermanent, but within that impermanent, there is something which is Mahantam, Vibhum, and which is Atmanam, which is my true self. And if you are able to understand it, not just this knowledge should be your knowledge. The word matva has the meaning of aparokshataya. Such a person goes beyond sorrow. Can you see these are the three mantras? I will call it the greatest of all time. So an intelligent person does not grieve. Why? Because he knows that I am the all-pervading Atma in everybody. I am the permanent entity in all impermanent structures. And how should I know it? Aparokshataya. Now we come to today's mantra, today's class. Today's class, we are dealing with the last three mantras of this valli. Valli number 2, chapter 1. And here too, we will have at least two mantras which I will consider as the greatest of all time great. Maybe that is why the same mantra comes in Mundaka also. The same mantra we have studied in Mundaka. And if among all the mantras that we have studied so far, or even among all the mantras that we are going to study in future, perhaps this can be one of the greatest of mantras. So let it be our mantra. And how does it go? Nayamatma pravachanena labhyaha na medaya na bahuna shrutena yame vesha vrunute tena labhyaha tasyesha atma vivrunute tanum swam. So memorize this mantra. Let this mantra be in your mind. Let us get the word-to-word meaning. I am Atma. We are talking about our real self. It is everywhere, but I discover it in my cave of my heart. Now, Yamadharma Raja, the teacher, is telling by what ways you can get to know and claim this Atma, and through what methods you are not going to achieve it. Labhyaha. Labhyaha is the process of attainment. Na pravachanena. That means just by giving a talk or listening to a talk or getting Shabda Grahanam, you're not going to get to this Atma Vidya. Na medhaya, na medhaya. Some of us are blessed with excellent memory. And Yamadharma Raja says, memory alone is not enough. Na kevalena. Adi Shankara uses the word kevala. And he says, all these are important. But kevala, na bahuna shrutena. Some of us have listened to so many audios and so many talks so many times. And Yamadharmaraja is cautioning us just by listening to any number of lectures, you may not get it. Kevalena. Labhya tena eva. Now he gives you the clue how to get this Atma Vidya. Yam. That person is able to get it. Yesha brunute. The question is, have you chosen the Atma? Is it something that you desperately want? Is it your most central prayer? And he says, Yesha Atma Vivrunute. If you desperately want, if it is your only prayer, if you have that Tivra Mumukshutvam, Swam Tanum. Tanum really means body, but here it is understood as the true nature of the Atma will be revealed to that person who desperately, eagerly wants to know. That means, do I have that Tivra Mumukshutvam in me? So the focus on this mantra, which I call it the greatest of all time mantras, where Yamadharmaraja is giving us a great clue. Now, if you have that opportunity of being a Swayamvara, that if you have to choose, if God grants you a boon, one boon, and I will give you, and that one boon is, my Lord, I want to know my true nature. And if that can be your most central prayer from the time you wake up and it is, Yamadharmaraja says, if that is there in you, then that is the most important requirement to be able to get Jnana Brahma Vidya. Pravachanena, Veda Adhyayanam, that means chanting Vedas, listening or giving Shabda Grahanam, alone not enough. Medhaya, memorizing the various Vedic texts, Shravanam, all these are good sadhanas, but more important than them is that Tivra Mumukshutvam. Now we come to another aspect of this mantra. And this mantra has also been interpreted by all the acharyas. They say grammatically, if you see, there can be a deeper meaning to this. Now, I am making all my effort to get Atma Vidya. But then, if the Lord chooses me, that is also possible, no? If the Lord chooses you, effortlessly you will get. Now the question comes, which is more important? Should my effort be more important, or is it that grace is more important? In Vedanta, and Swami Paramarthananda always gives the emphasis to our effort. Make your effort. Why? Because Guru's grace is always there. Ishvara and Guru are one and the same. Their blessings are always there. Shastra Kripa is always there. So when all these things are like sunlight available, it is there for all of us. Now, why is this interpretation given? It is because let us not have a sense of ego. Because of me, I have got this knowledge. Many times we have to understand how lucky we are that we have been chosen by the Lord and given this. And you will see there are hundreds of verses. I will come to it later. Manushutvam, Mumukshutvam, Mahapurusha. We are those lucky ones. And in the Gita also there is a verse which says, uh, Manushyanam Sahasreshu. Among the thousands of people, aren't we those chosen one? One story, let me tell you, of how the grace of the Guru can make such a difference. We know Adi Shankara had great students. Padmapada, outstandingly great. Hasta Malakiya, even as a child, realized. Sureshwaracharya, absolutely brilliant. But the fourth person among all of them was called Giri. And Giri was a great lover of uh, Bhagwan Adi Shankara, but not very intellectual, not even interested in the Shastras. Shastras were not of great interest to him, but he was always paying attention to the Guru, serving the Guru. His whole focus was on Guru Seva and Guru Seva alone. And he was a lover, and whenever he had a chance to speak to the others, he would only like. Mm, like Sureshwaracharya. Sureshwaracharya previously was remember that great dialogue that he had, Mandana Mishra. So he was asking about those stories. So this is the story of Giri. It is said one day Adi Shankara had come and the class was about to begin. Padmapada was there, Sureshwaracharya was there, Hasta Malakiya was there, but Totakacharya had not yet come, and Adi Shankara refused to begin. And as the waiting prolonged, one of them, I don't remember who, casually made a comment that whether Giri comes or not, it really does not matter because he does not understand anything, Maharaj. Bhagwan Adi Shankara thought for a while, and it is said that Giri comes in a trance and he was singing in Totaka meter. Totaka meter is considered one of the most difficult meters. And in Totaka meter, he gives out one beautiful Totakashtakam. It has been named after him. In fact, the meter, he was given the name of Totaka Acharya based on the meter for his great composition. That means if the Guru blesses, if the Lord blesses you, then from nowhere all the wisdom comes. And I will just tell you this Totaka meter is extremely difficult but very musical. Vidita Kila Shastra Sudha Jalade Mahitopanishad Katitharthanide Hridaye Kalaye Vimalam Charanam Bhava Shankara Deshika Me Sharanam Bhava Shankara Deshika Me Sharanam. The person who was considered an idiot, comes with one beautiful composition, Vidita. Vidita means, now this is all in praise of Adi Shankara. He's praising Adi Shankara. Vidita, that means the knower of what? Akhila, all Shastra, all the Shastras. Sudha. Sudha means nectar. Jala Nidhi, the treasure of all the Shastras. Mahitopanishad, the one who's the knower of, the expounder of the treasure of the Upanishads. Then he describes him, Hridaye Kalaye, in my heart is your Vimalam Charanam. I keep your pure feet in my heart. Bhava Shankara Deshika. Deshika is my teacher. O Shankara, be my refuge. Bhava Shankara made Deshika me Sharanam. And this is in Totaka meter. So what I'm trying to bring about is, and all great teachers also say, the Guru does not look whether you deserve it or not, but are you available? And if for a person is available and you're ready, the blessings are there on you. And sometimes when you see all these examples, you find, why is that some people are more blessed than me? Now, these verses, like Manushyanam Sahasreshu, are talking about us. We are those chosen people among the thousands of people. How many people get to hear about all this? We are those people. How many people, Manushutvam, Mumukshutvam, Mahapurusha, we have all these three. This is a great, it is called the Charama Shuloka of the Bhagavad Gita. After studying all the teaching verses, Bhagwan Sri Krishna concludes the teaching in a very beautiful way. And he says, even if you have not understood, he says, don't worry. Sarva Dharman Parityagya. Give up everything. Dharma here is interpreted as karma. Mam ekam sharanam vraje. Can you surrender to me? And whatever you want, aham tvam sarva papebhyu mokshashyasmam ma suchaha. Don't feel sorrowful. It is my responsibility. Have you asked the Lord for Brahma Vidya with a heart like this? And it is said, we are those lucky ones. We have got Manushutvam. We have Mumukshutvam. We have Mahapurusha. And this great mantra is talking about us. This is another mantra which is talking about us, and I can talk about as myself. Mukam karoti vachalam, the one who was considered dumb, who can speak. Pangam langayeti girim, the one who is physically not able to walk even because of various disabilities, Langayati is able to cross mountains. Yat kripa tamaham vande paramananda madhavam, which means through Bhagavan's grace, the impossible becomes possible. And that is why I said this mantra is such a great mantra. So it goes like this. Nayamatma pravachanena labhyaha na medaya bahuna shrutena. Now, this part is, have you chosen, have you asked for it? Yame vesha vrunute tena labhya. If you really ask for it, tasyesha atma vrunurte tanum swam. He will reveal himself to you. Ask for it, or be available, be a Parama Bhakta, and it is only a matter of time. All the intricacies of Brahma Vidya will come to us like it was given to Giri effortlessly. That is why I consider this such a beautiful mantra. The next mantra. In the next mantra, there are a few others, don'ts, important don'ts. Na virato duscharitat, na shanto, na samahitaha, na shantamanaso vapi, prajnane naivam apnuyat. Word meaning, na avirataha, one who has not withdrawn from duscharitat, not withdrawn from bad conduct, from immoral ways of life. If I continue to perform immoral activities, then Brahma Vidya becomes impossible. Na ashantaha, that means one who does not have sense control. Na ashanta manasaha, one who has no mind control. Na api asamanahita. That means my mind is getting distracted in too many things. The mind that is not focused. Apnuyat. Such a person cannot attain prajnanena. That spiritual wisdom is not possible. So we recently had Swami Chidananda ji give us talking about mantras of resonance. And the first mantra he ever chose was this. Na avirato duscharitat, na shanto, na samahitaha. So he stressed the importance of morality, about sense control, about a focused mind, and so on. There is one problem that we go through. What is that problem? I know what is wrong, but I'm not able to correct it. Swami Paramarthanandaji, in his introduction to the 16th chapter, uh, where you have Daivi Sampat and Asuri Sampat, gave 5 important points. I know it is wrong, but I'm not able to correct it. So, what are the 5 things to help us to stop doing things which I know is wrong? The first is Viveka. The Viveka is, what is the price that I have to pay? Here, the price that I have to pay is Brahma Vidya, what I really want. And Brahma Vidya is possible only for a person who lives a right life. So therefore, Viveka is important because the price that you have to pay is tremendous. Second is Sankalpa. Sankalpa is a very strong resolution of the mind that I resolve, that I will not go back to wrong ways in my life. Pratipaksha Bhavana. Pratipaksha Bhavana is, if I have a tendency to be miserly, let me deliberately be generous. Let me go in the opposite direction. Pratipaksha Bhavana is also given in the Valli example. We know that Valli had a special boon. The boon is, anybody who faces Valli, half his energy gets depleted because it goes to Valli, and that Valli has his own energy, he can deplete you because 50% of your has already gone to him. Now, the example given is, if a person is fighting against alcohol addiction. Now, Pratipaksha Bhavana, keep away from place where you have access to alcohol, because the moment you see alcohol, then what, half your energy goes away, and then your whatever you're fighting against, and that is what is called Pratipaksha Bhavana. Do not allow yourself to confront your enemy who's going to take away 50% of your energy. Then 2 important sadhanas, one is satsanga and the other is prarthana. So prarthana comes both ways. To achieve Brahma Vidya, Nayamatma pravachanena labhya. That means, can my most central prayer be that I want Brahma Vidya? And if you go to the holiest of places where your wish is going to be answered, and if there is only one prayer, let this be your prayer. On the other hand, if there is something that I'm working on, which I'm struggling, there is also the prarthana that we can make. With that, we complete and come to the last mantra of this worldly. This mantra is a little difficult mantra, and let us chant this mantra. Yasya Brahma cha kshatram cha ube bhavata odanaha mrityoscha upaseshanam ka itya veda yatra saha. Again, Yamadharmaraja is giving a little trick. He says, let's go by word to word meaning. Yasya. Now we are again referring to what Nachiketa has asked for. Nachiketa wants to know about that Atma. He says, for that Atma that you have asked for, ube, both these, Brahma cha Kshatram cha. Brahma and Kshatram. That means the Brahmanas and the Kshatriyas, Bhavataha Odana, are the food. Mrityu, all of us are afraid of Yamadharmaraja. Mrityu is Odanaha. It means a pickle, a spice. Upaseshana. Upaseshana means pickle or spice. Yasya, for that Atma, who can know this? Who can know such an Atma? That means, of course, we need Adi Shankara to help us to understand what do you mean by Brahmacha, Shatramcha, and how do we understand this? All right, we are talking about Atma Swarupa. Now, how do we define Brahman? Last time I told you we can have Swarupa Lakshanam, we can have Tatastha Lakshanam, or by through negation. One of the methods, Tatastha in relation to the creation. What is Brahman or Atma that we are asking for? Brahman is Srishti, Sthiti, and Laya Karana. Because of Brahman, this whole world is come into being. Because of Brahman, this whole world is sustained. And because of Brahman, this whole world also resolved. Now, this mantra is talking about Brahman as that which resolves the entire world. And Brahman is responsible for pralayam. The whole world is eaten up by Brahman. That is what is the meaning of this mantra. So Brahman can be responsible for, whenever you say Brahma and Kshatriya, Brahmanas and Kshatriyas are the one who sustain the world through the propagation of scriptures and maintenance of dharma. So when Brahmanas and Kshatriyas are eaten up, it means the whole world is eaten up. Now, Yamadharmaraja is called Kala Tattva, and Kala Tattva comes only when creation comes into being. When the moment creation comes, time and space are born. And that is why time and space are a small aspect of creation. That means once creation has come into being, time and space is born. And once creation is gone, time and space. That is why, although all of us are afraid of Yamadharmaraja, Yamadharmaraja can be considered as upaseshanam, as spice. So let me read this. Where Atma is or when Atma came into being, these questions we cannot answer. This is called anarvachaniya. Creation along with time arose from the Atma and they are swallowed up by Atma at the time of Pralayam as food. Creation is the main dish, time and space are the side dish. All right. So why are Brahmana and Kshatriyas brought in here? Brahmanas protect Dharma by living and teaching Dharmic lifestyle. Kshatriyas provide the infrastructure for Dharmic life for maintaining the law and order. And Yamadharmaraja refers to the death principle or the Kala Tattva. So remember in the Bhagavad Gita, there is one verse, Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. That means whatever is born definitely will die. So death is an integral part, but we have to remember, that's why he says again, don't feel sorrowful because we are there from the very beginning. We will continue to be the very beginning. Creation is like You create a dream, you sustain a dream, and the dream goes back. It is just like that. I am the creator of the world, I sustain the world. World will come and go, but I will continue to exist. Now, with that, we have completed Valli number 2, and let us have a little question to see how we have understood this. Dr. Anupama, please.
Thank you, sir. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. A short recap of what we have just understood. So, in this verse, which was so clearly explained, Nayam Atma Pravachanena Labhyaha. See, it is important to notice the word Ayam Atma. Ayam means something very, very close. So, not very close, but which is ourselves. So, how do we identify with Atma, or how do we recognize this Atma within us? Not by pravachana, na medhaya, not by memorizing, na bahuna shrutena, not by doing shravanam after shravanam. Yam eva vrunute tena labhyaha. Yam esha vrunute. He who chooses that Atma. This is called Atma Varanam or Tivra Mumukshutvam. That person will get Atma. And Tasya Esha Atma Vi Vrunute. And to him, this Atma Vi Vrunute means will reveal. Reveal what? Tanum Swam. It's Swarupam. So, from this verse, please name the sadhanas mentioned in this mantra and also let us know which is the primary qualification mentioned here without which the other sadhanas will not be successful, and in which other Upanishad have we seen this mantra.
The sadhanas mentioned are Pravachana, Meda Shakti, Nayamatma Pravachana Medaya Bahuna Shrutena. That means through listening to all these. And the most important sadhana is, have you chosen the Atma? Is that your first choice? Like Swayamvara. And the same Upanishad comes in Mundaka Upanishad also, in the 3rd chapter, in the 2nd Valli, mantra number 3.
That's right. You've answered. Pravachana is Veda Adhyayana or chanting. It is also called Shabda Grahana. You're learning the words by heart. Medha is to memorize with understanding, one step better. Shravanam is Artha Grahana. You have understood the meaning also. And the most important sadhana is Atma Varanam, that is Tivra Mumukshutvam, which is the primary qualification without which nothing else works. So, as you just said, 3rd Mundaka, 2nd Khanda, and 3rd mantra is the same Nayam Atma. So, it is said that Tivra Mumukshutvam is the intense desire for moksha, and it's compared to the urgency with which a man on fire leaps into water. The fire of samsara is also called Tapatraya. Please name the Tapatraya.
The Tapatrayas are Adi Daiva, Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika.
That's right. So Adi Bhautika, sorrow caused by other living beings. Adi Dhaivika, sorrow caused by unseen forces like natural calamities, gods, etc. Adhyatmika is self-inflicted sorrow, and Brahma Vidya can extinguish these tapatraya. So we need Tivra Mumukshutvam or Atma Varanam. Please fill in the blanks with the words given here in the block, the most appropriate word. Atma Varanam means a shift from dash to dash. Which marga to which marga?
Atma Varanam means a shift from the pleasant path, from the Preya Marga to the Shreya Marga.
That's right. He who chooses Atma gets it
Effortlessly.
Pravachana means dash grahanam.
Pravachanam means Shabda Grahanam.
And Shravanam means?
Artha Grahanam.
So Atma reveals its dash to a Tivra Mumukshu.
Its true nature or Swarupam.
Ishvara dash is uniformly distributed to all.
Ishvara Anugraha.
That's right.
Please go through them.
Atma Varanam means a shift from Preya to Shreya Marga, and he who chooses Atma gets isn't the right word, but gets it, understands it effortlessly. Pravachana means Shabda Grahanam. Shravanam means Artha Grahanam. Atma reveals its Swarupam to a Tivra Mumukshu, and Ishvara Anugraha is uniformly distributed to all. So, we have understood that Atma Varanam means you choose Atma and you get it. But there is another way of understanding this. Yam eva esha vrunute tena labhyaha. We can read it as grammatically labhyaha tena eva yam esha vrunute. That means it, the Atma, is attained only by that person whom this Atma chooses. That means Ishvara Anugraha or God's grace is mandatory. Then what about our prayatna? What about self effort? What about mumukshutvam?
All our teaching is to make our effort, because God's grace is always there. But at the same time, let us not be arrogant. It is because of my effort. Let's also have humility.
That's right. So it's compared to sunlight. Just as the sun shines equally for all, and it is only the wise people who know that solar energy can be tapped and they can light up their houses at night, whereas the unwise people suffer darkness. Similarly, we need to tap God's grace with our effort. Next slide, please. So God's grace we know is equally available to all the time. We have to focus on our effort. And the seeker's choice of Brahman as a primary goal in life is called Tivra Mukshutvam, which is important. It is said here in Saundarya Lahari, Vaneva Harmyeva Samakara Nipato Himakara. Samakara Nipato Himakara means Himakara is moonlight. The moon shines evenly, Samakara, either in a dense forest, Vane, or Harmye, even in the over the most opulent palace. It doesn't matter. It is uniform. Next, please. Okay, again, in this verse, na avar avirataha duscharitat, na ashanta, na asamahitaha, na ashanta manaso api prajnanena eva enam apnuyat. As you have just explained, please select the suitable meaning from the block to define each of these. Na avirataha duscharitat means
Adharma.
Without, by not dropping adharma. Na ashantaha means
Ashantaha should mean control of sense organs.
that's right.
Damaha.
Yeah. So the clue is the manasa comes next. Na ashanta manasaha. Spelled wrong, sorry.
Yeah, Shamaha, mind control.
And asamahitam means
That means a person should be focused, so the person should have samadhana.
that's right. So
Go through it, please.
na avar avirataha dushcharitat. Virataha means to drop, okay? A dharmic lifestyle. If a person who has not dropped an adharmic lifestyle, an ethical or moral lifestyle, we should know is mandatory to become a sadhana chatushtaya sampanna. So these sadhanas include yama and niyamas. Na ashantaha means a person does not have dhamma. Dhamma is sense control. Na ashanta manasaha, there is no mind mastery, and na asamahitaha means without samadhana, a focused mind, one cannot get Atma Vidya. Next, please.
Are you seeing it?
No. Yes.
Okay.
Please give a brief definition according to Tattva Bodha for each of these words. Viveka?
Viveka means discrimination.
Between?
Sat Asat Viveka.
Okay. And Vairagyam?
Dispassion. There is no desire for something in this world. Iha naito, the world beyond. The desire for dispassion for anything in this world or even beyond.
Dispassion for Anatma. Mumukshutvam?
Mukshutvam is the desire for moksha. May I attain to moksha? Moksha.
Shamaha.
Shamaha. Shamaha means mind control,
Tamaha.
sense control.
Uparamaha.
Uparati is to be able to withdraw from whatever we can avoid, so we'll be more focused.
So actually, this Uparama has two meanings. Uparama is to understand the hierarchy, means the mind controlled by intellect. It's like a charioteer who has control over the reins. And Uparamaha also means practicing Swadharma. Titiksha.
Titiksha means mental toughness,
Okay.
forbearance, the ability to handle all the pinpricks of life.
And Shraddha.
Complete faith in Guru and Shastra.
Samadhana.
Single pointed mind.
Yama.
A set of fives, don'ts, like don't steal, don't tell lies, don't have overpossession, brahmacharya, and one more.
Don't tell lies, you've said? And
No stealing, overpossession, brahmacharya, no violence.
Right.
Ahimsa.
Niyama.
Niyama is five things: saucham, santosham, tapaha, swadhyaya, and then
Surrender. Pranidhana.
pranidhana.
Okay.
Please
Yes.
go through.
Okay. Viveka is discrimination between Nitya Anitya Vastu. Nitya Vastu Ekam Brahma. Tad Vyatiriktam Sarva Anityam. Vairagyam is dispassion. Iha Swarga Bhogeshu Ichaha Ahityam. Absence of desire for Anatma Vastu. Mumukshutvam is intense desire for moksha. Mokshaha me bhuyat iti ichha. Shamaha is mastery over the mind. Mano Nigraha. Damaha is control over the sense organs. Chakshuhu adi bahya indriya nigraha. Uparama is mind controlled by intellect, a strict observance to swadharma also. Swadharma anusthanam eva. Titiksha is endurance. Shita, Ushna, Sukha Dukkha adi sahishnuvatvam. Shraddha is faith in Guru Shastra Upadesha. Guru Veda Vakya Adishu Vishwasaha Shraddha. And Samadhana is a focused mind, Chitta Ekagrita. As you said, Yama is to avoid Himsa Varjanam, all in the form of Kaika, Vachika, and Manasa. But if certain deeds are unavoidably causing Himsa, please do Prayaschita Karma in the form of Panchamahayajnas. Then Asatya Varjanam, Stheya Varjanam, don't steal. Maithuna Varjanam, inappropriate relationships. Parigraha Varjanam is unnecessary accumulation of unnecessary things. Then niyamas to be followed: saucham, cleanliness inside and outside. Santosha means contentment. Tapaha, austerity. Swadhyaya is what we are doing now. And pranidhanam is a surrender to higher forces like Guru, Shastra, parents, God. Please name the sadhana from what we have just learned now, needed for each of the following. To lead a moral life, we need you have to please unmute.
In Yama and Niyama.
Right. To develop control over the external sense organs, asana.
To develop control over external sense organs, it will be asana, pranayama, pratyahara.
And for thought discipline?
Dharana, dhyana, samadhi.
That's right. For Brahma Vidya?
Guru Shastra Upadesha.
And for Aparuksha Brahma Jnanam?
You have to choose. So where is the choice here? Atma Varanam.
Yes, that was Yamadharma Raja's language. Okay, next slide, please. Yes, we have done this. Maybe we could move on. So, as you have explained this verse, Yasya Brahmascha Kshatrancha Ubhe Bhavata Odana Mrityuhu Asya Upaseshanam. So, in this mantra, the word Brahma refers to which of these? Nirguna Brahma, Ishvara, Brahma Vidya, Chaturmukha Brahma, Brahmana Varna Ashrama, or none of the above?
It is Brahmana of the Varna Ashrama.
That's right. Because they teach the dharma through the Shastra. Okay. Next, please. Now, in this same verse, the gist of the mantra is here, as you have just explained, Brahmascha Kshatrancha, the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas being the pillars of the society and hence the creation, those who restore law and order and some sense of righteousness in this world. Ubhe bhavata, both together become odanam, is food. Food of what? Food of the creator, Bhagavan. And mrutyuhu, the time, the kala tattvam, asya, of this Bhagavan, upaseshanam, is like a small appetizer, like a small slice of pickle, giving the sense that kala tattvam is one insignificant part incorporated in the mighty creation. Okay, this is the gist of the mantra. Please select the right answer. This mantra means Varna Ashrama Dharma sustains creation, or food is essential for sustenance of life. Creation fits into pre-existing time and space coordinates, like time and space always existed and creation enters it. Time and space are not an integral part of creation. And finally, time, space, and creation are in Brahman.
It should be number 5, times, space, and creation are in Brahman.
That's why the Brahman can consume it. So Atma is Jagat along with time and space, Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, Karana. Next, please. Please fill in the blanks from the same mantra. Here, Yamadharmaraja compares creation to
Compares creation to
Odanam.
okay, Odanam, food.
Yeah. At the time of Pralayam, what swallows the world?
What swallows? Atma.
That's right. If creation is the meal, dash is the side dish.
Time, Kala Tattva.
That's right. Every jnani can be called
Kala Kalaha.
That means he is the adhishtanam of this Kala Tattvam. So Kala doesn't matter for him at all. Atma cannot be located in?
Atma cannot be located in time and space.
Atma is dash and dash nirmuktam.
Atma is Desha Kala Nirmuktam.
That's... Yes. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hegde sir, for taking us to the concluding verses of chapter 1, valli 2, with such deep clarity and insightful interpretation. This truly helps us internalize these subtle teachings. Our sincere thanks to Dr. Anupama ma'am for the reflective and insightful teaching quiz. And a warm thank you to all of you, dear friends, for your participation. Let us meet again on Friday, the 5th of September 2025 at 6:45 p.m. for the 5th session of Panchadashi. Om Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you.